Peace, 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 everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the safe space where we set bitch ass niggas ablaze. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? My bad. that was a Freudian slip. I apologize. I apologize. If you were following me on Instagram a couple of nights ago, things had to be said, things had to be aired out. Go to at Kim Brown. What's the fuck my Instagram? Kim Brown Talks? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but we off that. You know what I'm saying? We only give clowns a smidge of our attention. We address them, we correct them, and then we move the fuck on. So here we move. And so we move. Let's get into the program. I'm so very excited that you guys have made some time to join me to come kick it with your homegirl. I've got some good stories. Got some good stories here for you all tonight. I've got an update on a story that we have been following here on Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Rapper and attempted murderer, I think that's safe to say, Tory Lanez received a sentence, a good one too. I don't, I feel like maybe I'm a big hypocrite, or perhaps this is part of my contradiction or whatever the fuck. But when abusers get some good jail time, I said, that's kind of what they deserve. Tory Lane's going to jail, y'all. 10-year sentence. I've got the story coming up here for you. Of course, Tory Lane's convicted of shooting Megan the Stallion in the foot back in 2020, received tremendous support online. And I think that this Tory Lane's case with Megan revealed a lot about the high tolerance that the world has for violence committed against black women. Bitches be lying. You know what I'm saying? Tory still say he ain't shoot Megan. Okay, nigga. And this motherfucker was 100% unrepentant. We're going to get into his statement, which kind of contradicts what he said in front of the judge, kind of. But then he made a statement on Instagram where this psychopath is absolutely unrepentant, 100%. And the good thing that I believe that will come out of this is that it should make it easier for the rest of us to spot fuck boys and girls out here. And I'll tell you why when we get into the story. I'm also going to get into a story that we covered on the Remix Morning Show, a smidge, Thursday. And hold on. Let me sell that in a second. Hold on. Let me shout out my folks to them real quick, and then I'm gonna get into my fucking story, y'all, because I got things to say. Who is that? Is that Afra? Afra's in the building. There goes my son Tyler. Tyler's in the building. Who else do I see it in there? I see a bunch of youngins. Come on through here. What's up, Latif? What's up, Sweary Fairy? How's it going? Good to see you in here. Where's my gals, Wendy and Harley and all my folks? Infinite content, latest shit. Where you at? And a heart, of course, baby girl. We've got the Around the Fire Disability Support Chat happening this Saturday. If you are a Patreon member or a YouTube channel member, look for that link information to be available for you tomorrow morning. That starts the Around the Fire Disability Support Chat happens at 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll get into that. I'll be sure to tell the people all about that. Anna, thank you so much for all that you do. Lord have mercy. ¿Quiénes? Todo mientes. Estamos aquí. ¿Qué pasa? What's up, Camille? Come on in here. I see you, Infinite Content. Don't yell at me. Don't you yell at me. Anyway, but I'm glad to see you guys in here. Please be sure to give the video a like and a thumbs up. We had a little boost, and we had a tiny little uptick in some subscribers. Some people, I guess, found whatever we was talking about regarding the Alabama riverboat brawl incident. So welcome to any new subscribers that might be joining us. Spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend, biatch. That's how we go. But I'm gonna go on and get into my story. Be sure to give the video a like. Let's get into this top story because, oops, what was that? So we covered this story on the Remix Morning Show, and normally I don't like to double dip in the stories, right? There's plenty of news out there to be covered, but when we talked about this Thursday on the Remix Morning Show, some people called it a distraction. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the FBI this week in Utah killed a man, 75 years old, Craig Robertson, because Craig was out there. Craig had made some what the FBI perceived to be as credible threats against President Joe Biden, against Vice President Kamala, against those district attorneys up there in New York, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, whatever. He said he was ready to let the chopper sing. This old ass man said he was dusting off all of his sniper gear and was ready to come fuck Joe Biden up because Joe Biden had the audacity to step his ass foot in Utah. which is wild within itself. And I'm going to tell you guys why white terrorism is something that we can never ignore. We should never take our eyes off of white terrorists, even when they are after each other, okay? This man, Craig Robertson, a self-described MAGA Trumper, obviously had some things ready to deliver to Joe Biden. And whilst, I would have lost not a single wink of sleep had Craig actually followed through on his threats. I actually might have slept better. Who could really say? But I wasn't going to shed cry no tears for Joe Biden, right? But the fact that this man was at his big age, willing to ride. Like I said on the morning show, Trump got shooters out here. Trump got elderly shooters out here. Trump got teenage shooters out here. We would be foolish to ignore these things as they pop up because it just is a further indication about the lengths some of these folks are willing to go. And let me ask you a question. If you think Craig Robertson was willing or even able to take a shot at Joe Biden, what the fuck you think he would have did to a black teenager knocking on his door looking for directions? Or a non-white person, right? Because I'm sure non-white people stick out like sore thumbs in the entire state of Utah, right? Like, this is not some shit to be ignored. This is not no shit that's a distraction. This is some shit that we absolutely need to be focused on, because should Trump, and when Trump perhaps gets back into power, the MAGA supporters, the MAGA Republicans, as Joe Biden likes to say, as if there is he likes to differentiate between the Ku Klux Klan and the White Citizens Council. Nigga, I see no difference, okay? I don't make them distinctions, motherfucker, between the MAGA Republicans and the regular Klansmen. Get the fuck out of here. But should and if they retain and regain power, huh? Oh, you think they're going to stop at the Biden Democrats? No. They're going to dust off the cobwebs off them M24s, and they're going to center those scopes upon you and I. So we better know who they are, where they are, and what they're capable of. So what's the first? Okay. Let's get an update on the story from ABC News. Will, can we cue up that ABC News package? Because there has been some video released. This is not FBI body cam video. In fact, the video that we're going to see was captured from a neighbor's surveillance camera. And I think the video pretty much speaks for itself. Now, to be clear, it does not show the FBI killing Mr. Robinson. And anyway, I will come back with that thought after we check the video. Let's get the update from ABC News.
Other news tonight on this Thursday, new details about the Utah man who was killed by the FBI as they tried to arrest him for allegedly threatening to assassinate President Biden. Tonight, new video emerging of the standoff before that deadly shooting. Here's ABC's Mola Lange.
Tonight, new video capturing the deadly standoff in Utah as FBI agents try to arrest a man they say was making credible threats to kill President Biden. Video taken by a neighbor showing agents surrounding a home in Provo early Wednesday morning, yelling for Craig Robertson to come out. Then, a flashbang grenade goes off. Tonight, law enforcement officials telling ABC News Robertson appeared to point a gun at the officers before agents fatally shot him.
Gunshot wounds. It's going to be approximately 75-year-old male.
A federal complaint listing dozens of Robertson's alleged social media posts. Among them, Images of a cache of weapons and multiple violent threats against Biden and other high-profile officials, including this one just 4 days ago. I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off the M24 sniper rifle. And Lindsay, FBI agents acting swiftly because the president is in Salt Lake City over the last 2 days, just north of Provo, where that raid happened. The shooting is now under investigation tonight, Lindsay.
Listen to that propaganda. The FBI acting swiftly. No, the fuck they didn't. No, the fuck they didn't. They waited because, first of all, the FBI had been to Craig house about 2 times prior. Why? Because Craig was wilding the fuck out on the internet. Craig was wilding the fuck out on the internet, saying, among other things, that it's time for a political presidential assassination, maybe 2. If he was including Kamala in that equation, right? So don't tell me that the FBI acted fucking swiftly. No, they didn't. They waited until Biden stepped foot into Utah to do something about it. Meanwhile, the encounters that they had previously had with Mr. Robertson, I can only imagine must have been pleasant, right? Because Mr. Robertson wasn't arrested for making threats, terroristic threats against the president. It doesn't even appear as though Mr. Robertson had even had his guns confiscated. Don't tell me the FBI acted fucking swiftly. No, they didn't. No, they did not. And let me tell y'all, so that's the propaganda part of this. And then I want to go cue up that local Salt Lake City piece. I think this is Fox 13 Utah. And I want y'all to hear the covering up, the protection, well, let's give Craig Robertson the benefit of the doubt. Like it's big benefit of the doubt energy coming from this package that I found from the Fox affiliate in Salt Lake City, right? Like it's almost like they're not describing a man who made terroristic threats against the president. And to be clear, I could give a fuck what kind of threats Joe Biden get. Anyway, maybe be quiet. But anyway, I don't care what kind of threats that he get. But considering Craig Robertson's race, gender, religious affiliation, I'm assuming his sexual identity, sexual orientation, his age, all the due deference was giving to a white man befitting of that stature. So let's check out locally how Salt Lake City media was covering Craig Robertson. Let's take a listen.
Max, for all the violent rhetoric the FBI alleged, Robertson appears to have lived a peaceful life up to this week at least. Here's what I found. Robertson was 75 years old. His social media says he graduated from Orem High School in 1966. In 1970, he enlisted in the Air Force. According to an old clipping in the Provo Herald, he joined the Air Force in 1970. We're trying to find out more about his service record from the Air Force. His obituary for his ex-wife says she and Robertson married in 1971. They had 3 children and divorced in 1986. As for work, Robertson was a licensed building inspector from 2009 to 2017. In 2016, Robertson registered a business, Craig's Custom Woods. The business address was the same as his home address in Provo, where the shooting happened today. The only criminal record we could find for him up to this week was filed in 1997 in Provo. It's barely a criminal record. He pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct and infraction. That's like a traffic ticket. He was fined $100. It's an old court record. It doesn't say what led up to the charge being filed. We are working to learn more about Craig D. Robertson. Stick with us here on Fox 13 News and fox13now.com. In the studio, Nate Carlisle, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Thanks, Nate, for that bullshit. Listen, it doesn't matter if Craig Robertson did not have a criminal record. Why, Kim, why would you say it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter because white people are not the targets of the criminal justice system. Do you know how many motherfucking white folks, no disrespect to the white folks present? Well, I might even be talking about y'all. But do you know how much shit white people get away with and never encounter the criminal justice system? Never even get a whiff of the shit? Like never even come close to the shit? Do you understand that black people go to jail, Latino people go to jail, indigenous people go to jail for shit that whites would never go to jail for? Never, 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 never. And the whites don't even really like to call the police on each other, really. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with Craig. Oh, up until this week, this man didn't appear to be violent. The fuck? Check his Facebook post going back a few years. Craig been popping that shit for a long time. For a long time. And without a doubt, even the people in his community somewhat acknowledge that, yeah, Craig was frustrated. He was frustrated. He was frustrated. What you frustrated for? Because you couldn't get to January 6th, you couldn't get to the Capitol in time because you would have dusted off your ghillie suit and brought your M24 sniper rifle right down there to the steps of the Capitol. That's probably what Craig was most frustrated about, is that he was not president January 6th. Because trust me, Craig's perspective is, had he been there, oh, that shit would have went different. That shit would have went different if Craig had been down there, because he would have had his ghillie suit ready, posted up. This to me is very, very, very typical, because this made national news. Like, this is a national news story, but I don't think that it's being put in the proper broader context of how ready and about it these right-wing extremists are. Okay. And there is a lot. I mean, again, the Venn diagram is basically two big circles sitting on top of each other between Trump supporters, racists, right-wing violent extremists, the niggas down at fucking Charlottesville, Jews will not replace us. Like, these are all the same Bamas. You understand? These are all the same motherfuckers. And as far as we are concerned, as Black folks, as Black adjacent folks, as allies and comrades to Black people, you think that we are not Craig's enemies? You think Craig wouldn't think for a second to train that sniper rifle on me, you, or another white ally? The fuck he wouldn't. The fuck he wouldn't. And speaking of, like, I was a little concerned, right? Because there has been so much anti-FBI rhetoric coming from the right. I said, surely there is a White Lives Matter rally happening tonight in Salt Lake City. like justice for Craig Robinson. Like, where are the whites? Where they at? The FBI, like your pop has been shot down by the pigs. Where y'all at? Are y'all in the streets? Not y'all, of course, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Are they in the streets? Is there a justice for Craig Robinson rally happening in front of the FBI Salt Lake City headquarters? Is not? Oh, I'm sorry. These right-wing extremist crackers are hypocrites? Oh, no. Because y'all know, anytime a Black person gets murdered by police, the right-wing media echo chamber will be all up in arms. Oh, look at how they protest. Look at how violent. Look at this. They protesting the wrong way. This ain't the right way. Or if a white person gets killed, or they would use the comparison. Well, how come y'all ain't in the streets when a white person gets killed? No, motherfucker. How come y'all ain't in the streets when a white person gets killed? Like, police violence and police murder is not acceptable. And I'm not saying, because I don't fucking know. And at the end of the day, whether or not they shot down Craig Robertson or Craig Jenkins, I'm not believing what the feds say, period. You know what I'm saying? We can look up the social media post. That shit is easily findable and documented publicly. But I don't trust what the FBI had to say about what Craig had on him. They said he was armed. Did he have arms on his person? Were his arms in his house? Like, if his arms were upstairs in the bedroom, does that still consider him being armed? Like, I kind of have questions, but I really don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, Craig is my enemy, and I'm not going to shed no tears for a race soldier getting shot down by the police. But I will point out the hypocrisy that comes from those of his ilk, right? Like, they will complain about the way that Black people protest when we are murdered by police, but they themselves won't even get out there in the streets for pop-pop. Ain't that some shit? Y'all won't even turn up for pop-pop. Ain't no justice for Craig Robinson. My apologies. I'm sorry. No, I think that's appropriate to laugh at. Yeah. Fuck this motherfucker, and fuck the feds, and fuck everybody involved in this shit, right? Fuck Biden, fuck the FBI, fuck Craig, fuck them all. So we can laugh at this shit, but I just have to laugh at the clownery coming from the right wing, coming from especially white conservatives and the crackers, of course, who of course the white racists. It's like y'all not gonna even turn up for pop pop, huh? Noli D. Noli D. Where's the signs? Are they busting the glass out of the 7-Eleven in downtown Salt Lake City? You know what I'm saying? Do they have their tiki torches ready to go? Fuck no. Cause they ain't give a fuck about Craig. So, and to be honest, I tried to start looking for some right-wing reaction to the FBI shooting down this race soldier, this MAGA Trumper, this Second Amendment hero, right? I was trying to find some reaction from the right. And I went to Matt Walsh's page, right? Don't ask me why. Well, a couple of things. First of all, I'll tell you about my Twitter situation in a second. Fuck that. I'm rolling right now. So I went to Matt Walsh's page. Y'all know who Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh is one of them pasty motherfuckers who added his dumbass face and voice to the chorus of when Tucker Carlson was trying to send the FBI to my fucking house, of all niggas. Anyway, so I went to Matt Walsh's page. I'm like, surely Matt Walsh is decrying the police brutality murder of this elderly race soldier, right? By the FBI, right? Ain't they trying to defund the FBI? Wouldn't they especially give a fuck if one from their side is shot down by the FBI? I didn't find it. But let me tell you what I did find. Will, roll the Matt Walsh clip.
Yesterday was the 9th anniversary of the lynching of a police officer named Darren Wilson. On the morning of August 9th, 2014, Wilson tried to detain 18-year-old Michael Brown, who had just robbed a convenience store and attacked the store clerk. And that's when, according to the Obama DOJ, quote, Wilson and other witnesses stated that Brown reached into Wilson's SUV through the open driver's window and punched and grabbed Wilson.
All right, that's enough. That is enough. And listen, in real life, that's about as much of that clip as I watched. I'm like, did this motherfucker literally say with a straight face that Darren Wilson was lynched between the encounter with he and Mike Brown, when Mike Brown, 18-year-old from Ferguson, Missouri, was the one who died in the encounter? Somehow Wilson was lynched? These racist cracker motherfuckers just be saying shit. They don't know what lynched means. They don't know what woke means. They clearly don't know a lot of shit. They just let these words that they hear and are completely content to use this shit out of a historical context and out of a intentional misunderstanding of words, right? Lynched. How did Darren Wilson get lynched? How did Darren Wilson get lynched? It was Mike Brown's body that laid out there in the streets of Ferguson for hours, uncovered as a message to the rest of you darkies there in Ferguson. Don't fuck with the police because we will shoot you down. And we all know what happened in Ferguson, 2014, 2015. We know that Darren Wilson somehow in his lynching managed to skate any sort of criminal accountability. He was unindicted by a cracker grand jury there in Missouri. And not only that, Will, pop up the root piece. Y'all, do you guys remember? Darren Wilson raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, pop up the root piece, Will. Darren Wilson, at one point, his GoFundMe was flush with over $400,000 to $500,000. In fact, The Root, I found this old ass piece from The Root, and the reporting on it was quite poor, by the way, by theroot.com. This shit was horrific reporting because all this Root piece did was cite the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail. I don't consider the Daily Mail to be a reputable source, but this was the piece that I could find that confirmed some of my memory. Like, I was finding all kinds of pieces from 2014 that said that Darren Wilson's GoFundMe specifically had raised about $500,000. But I'm like, nah. I thought this Bama skated with a cool mill. With a mill ticket. He got a millie out of being a race soldier for the right. and for the police state. I'm telling you, I never burp. I never burp when I'm just sitting here, when I'm minding my business watching TV. But as soon as I sit down and start burping here, Darren Wilson, let me tell y'all something. If that's a lynching, if you get to have your complete identity protected, what do I mean that by his identity protected? Good luck trying to find Darren Wilson on the internet. Good luck trying to find his current whereabouts. Good luck trying to find things that happened to him after he murdered Mike Brown in cold blood, right? Like, that's lynching? Where you leave with as it said here, a $1 million war chest? He was able to resign from the Ferguson Police Department, I'm assuming with all of his pension and benefits and all that shit intact. That's a fucking lynching to these crackers like Matt Walsh? When Mike Brown was actually shot dead? The whites are not well, okay? The racist whites are deeply unwell people. They lack comprehension. They don't understand history, don't care to understand it, don't understand the role that race and racism has played in this fucking terrible colony that unfortunately we all are subjected to. And it's just a wild distortion, right? It's just wild in the ways that the actual murder of Black people will be described as a lynching of the white murderer in America. And talking about what's happened with this man in Utah, we'll pop up that political piece. I apologize. I think it went out of order. It wasn't intentional. But back in 2020, the Department of Homeland Security had put out this draft notice. And then it wasn't just DHS. I believe it was the FBI and other national law enforcement agencies that told us. I mean, not that Black people needed any any confirmation of this. We fucking knew this shit. But yeah, this piece from Politico, DHS memo, says that the white extremists, the white supremacists are the most dangerous group in the country in terms of most likely to commit terrorist acts. And this is why we can't ignore them, you know? Thank you so much, Latif, for your super chat support. You say you're at your new location. Uh-oh. At your new location, the break room is inundated with faux news. Play it all day. Well, did they say anything about that race soldier? Did they? What did Fox News say about the race soldier? About Craig? About Pop? Were they upset that the FBI committed police brutality against Pop? They weren't mad. They didn't even care, right? They didn't even mention that shit. Ain't that something? Isn't it funny how that works? Listen, y'all, never. Let me tell you something. In the history of Black people being on this continent, and indigenous people, this is their continent, right? But when the whites came, what did they bring? Terrorism, pestilence, disease, genocide, theft. You know what I mean? Theft of land, theft of children, theft of resources. Like, what didn't they steal? That's why I'm saying, not to our white friends included here, but for Black people and non-white people, like in the street, you kind of got to give white people what they give us. So when you see them walking, like act like you scared, like clutch your valuables a little closer together, but be dramatic with it, just so there's no mistaking what it is that you are trying to communicate. Because the biggest murderers, the biggest thieves, the biggest robbers, the biggest kidnappers, the biggest rapists, they came from Europe. They came from Europe. And these are their descendants that we are walking around here with. These are the folks that terrorized Africans, that terrorized the enslaved people, that terrorized free Black people, burned their towns to the ground, burned their businesses to the ground, homes to the ground, lynched their men, women, and children, put them into the criminal injustice system, and terrorized them there. If you think for a second that paying attention to white terrorists is a distraction, I don't think you've been paying attention long enough to American history. and the ways in which white terrorism impacts us directly. Now, if the white terrorists want to shoot at each other, we rooting for that shit. Just like January 6th, I told y'all it was a glorious day, a day I still celebrate. I love January. Oh my God. Anytime January 6th come on TV, I'm watching that shit. I'm like, yep. But don't you ever in the history of ever take your eyes off what them white terrorists is doing, even if they talking about capping their own. Because once they finish capping their own, once they finish taking out the Biden Democrats or whoever the fuck is within those sniper sites, right? They're coming for us. They are coming for you. They are coming for me. And we better be prepared, because you might see somebody like Craig Robertson and think that he's, so elderly and frail, he must be harmless. The fuck he is. The fuck he is. His trigger finger still work. His hips and his knees may be arthritic as shit, but he can still pull that fucking trigger. And for that reason, you better consider him to be your enemy. Him, his son, his grandson, all of them. Let's not be foolish, everybody. Let us not be foolish and not pay attention to the white terrorists, because they are paying attention to us. And y'all know when these motherfuckers, when all these crackers came and tried, whatever the fuck they did over here, when the Tucker Carlson shit was going on, a lot of the comments that I got was, she must be a Biden supporter. How did you deduce that, cracker? I get it, because I'm black. Right. So all black people support Joe Biden. Now, obviously, that's not true. That's not true for me. I know that is definitely not true for a good many of y'all. But Craig thinks so. Craig and his cronies think so. And you think they wouldn't shoot me down or shoot you down, assuming that we're down with Joe Biden because we black, we must be Democrats? Let's not be silly, everybody. Let us not be fucking silly. In fact, when we see these stories, I think it is very important that we pay attention to it, because that white on white violence doesn't usually stay there. You know what I'm saying? The difference is with so-called black on black crime, black on black violence. Usually, these are people who are impoverished, who are experiencing societal pressures, right? Shooting at people that they know, right? When there's a mass shooting in the hood, it's usually somebody shooting at somebody that they know, right? A lot of these white mass shooters go in and shoot randomly, arbitrary. And not to say that one is better than the other. Absolutely not. Random haphazard gun violence is terrifying. Like, I don't give a fuck who the fuck is pulling the trigger. But we usually, not we, I don't even know if I can consider myself with these folks, but anyway, the people who are the would-be mass shooters in black and brown neighborhoods are not turning those guns against, unfortunately, against their oppressors, right? They're not going into the areas where their oppressors reside and turning those guns there. But the difference is, once the extremist whites finish shooting at each other, they come into our grocery store in our neighborhood to kill our people. And that's why we need to pay attention. Let me take a break here. Okay, we're doing all right. 7:45. Bagheera, I don't want to hear it. I just let you out before we went live. Don't be tapping out in front of the office. I'm telling you, my dog be bullying me. I mean, like, she's a pit bull and she's an actual bully. Like, she is an actual bully. Like, Bagheera is a master emotional manipulator. She knows what buttons to push with me to get me to do what the fuck she wants. To get me to do what she wants. She's really very smart. This dog has a very high emotional intelligence IQ. Like, it's ridiculous. But you heard her. She heard me and she walked the fuck away. Because we're not ready for that yet, Bags. We're not ready for that. Quick reminder, everybody, tomorrow, Saturday. It's a Saturday. Saturday is a Saturday. August the 12th, 5 p.m. Eastern. Please come join us for our Around the Fire Disability Support Chat. Shout out to Anna Hart, to Mama Lorraine, to Learn Life Abby. We shoot the shit of sorts. Usually with some topics guided, of course, by Anna. surrounding disability rights, disability access, and Anna really does a good job of finding interesting things for us all. What's up, Franny Francais? For everybody to kind of get into. So if you are disabled, if you're disabled adjacent, if you're a caregiver, consider joining us tomorrow afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern, for the Around the Fire Disability Support Chat. We do this every second Saturday every month. So if you are a patron or if you are a YouTube member, you will have that information available to you in the morning. And we hope to see everybody there. Hope to see everybody there. Excuse me. I wasn't burping at all until I sat down. That's ridiculous. I don't have any explanation. I didn't eat anything that should be giving me gas. And I know some of y'all, what's up, Northern Witch? I know some of y'all are going to be like, Kim, you should eat some ginger. Yeah. I know. But I'm telling y'all, I wasn't burping. I was not burping before I sat in this chair. So there's that. I want to move along to my next story because this is a story that I have been covering for some time. Let me get to my doc here. If you're watching right now, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, engage, comment, share, like. I don't know. See, I was about to say something inappropriate, and I don't like catching myself. I would actually prefer to say the inappropriate thing, but then my mom would be like, I don't appreciate that you said SMD. I'm like, hey, it's a phrase, mama. Clearly, I didn't mean it literally. I don't care. You don't have a penis. I know that. I'm aware. I don't make my show for 70-something-year-old women, mama. I'm sorry. I gotta say my mind. I gotta live in the spirit of Kalechi Okafor here and speak my mind. So anyway, and I'm vulgar. I'm a Gen Xer. I grew up in rap music. 50 years of hip hop taught me awesomely how to curse and make derogatory sexual references. 50 years of hip hop. Way to go. So the story that I'm gonna bring to y'all has to do with Tory Lanez. Well, if you could pop up the Rolling Stone piece for me, bruv, please, and thank you. Because this week, Tory Lanez, real name, Daystar Peterson, found out his sentence in connection to the shooting of rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the foot during can't even call it an altercation, because if one nigga got a gun and the other person don't, is that an altercation or is that an attempted murder? That's kind of how I look at it. If you point a loaded gun at somebody and pull the trigger, I can only assume your intention was to kill them, right? Because this motherfucker ain't a sniper. He went to sniper school in Toronto? I don't think so. Daystar Peterson, rapper Tory Lanez, sentenced to 10 years, 10 big years in jail by a California judge. Hold on, let me get to the article here. Now, why is this important? Because Tory Lanez was looking at, I believe, a maximum of over 20 years. Prosecutors asked for a 13-year sentence, and the judge gave him 10. Judge was kind of being nice. Judge was being a little nice there, or a little leniency showed on the sentence. So, hold on, let me get into the piece here. Ooh. I mean, just not even a cute kid, is he? Wait, did I just close out the Rolling Stone article because I'm a ninny? Here we go. The rapper was sentenced to 10 years in prison on Tuesday, nearly 8 months after he was found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in her feet following an argument in July of 2020. In his statement, so now I want you guys to notice this. So I'm gonna read you what Rolling Stones reported. The statement that he gave to the judge at sentencing, and then the statement he put on Instagram. But we'll stick here first. It says, in his statement, he continued saying that he's always, quote, faced adversity my whole life, end quote, and that this sentence is, quote, nothing but another moment where my back is against the wall. As I refuse to stop fighting until I come out victorious. This is what the fuck he said to the judge? Wait, hold on. No. That's what he said on Instagram. Where did he say to the judge? My apologies. Hold on. Let me run that back. Sentence to 10 years. No. Is that what he said to the judge? Hold on. Let me. I'm getting a tiny bit confused. Hold on. And he said, quote, tough times don't last, people do. He wrote, okay, fuck that. Hold on. I'm coming back. Let me come back to this ridiculous Instagram statement. Let me get to, cause he was singing a different tune in front of the judge. He wanted to talk all tough on fucking Instagram. But the judge, he said something different. So it says, last December, Peterson was found guilty of first-degree assault with a firearm, discharge of a firearm with gross negligence, and having a concealed firearm in a vehicle. The trial was highly publicized with significant misinformation circulating online against Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. I appreciated Rolling Stone adding that because that is true. Tory Lanez addressed the court. Here we go. He addressed the court on Tuesday before the judge handed down his decision, Lanez asking for leniency and for a sentence that would allow him to, quote, prove himself. This is what he told the judge, quote, he said, I'm standing in front of you as a father to a 6-year-old who needs me every step of the way, Lanez told Judge David Hereford. Quote, there has been a misconception. There has been this misconception about me being this monster, not having remorse, and that's just not true, he said. That night, everyone was drunk. I said things I shouldn't have said. The victim was my friend, and I still care about her. We both lost our mothers. We'd sit there and drink until we were numb, until we felt numb. Everything I did wrong that night, I take responsibility for, end quote. That's what he said in front of the judge. While Megan Thee Stallion did not attend the sentencing hearing, she did submit a pre-written statement that prosecutors read in court on Monday afternoon. Megan's statement reads, quote, I struggle with being present. After everything that occurred, I cannot bring myself back to being in the same room with Tory, Megan wrote. He paid bloggers to disseminate false information about me, right? He paid bloggers to disseminate false information. He treated my trauma like a joke when I could have been dead. He blamed the system. He blamed the press. And as of late, he's using his childhood trauma to justify his actions. That was Megan's statement to the court. And we heard Tory's statement to the court. But Will, if you could, please pop up Tory's statement that he put on Instagram. Because, he wanted to say, nicety. He wanted to be all nicety to the judge, right? But on Instagram, he still had to dim it down, right? Is that the statement? There we go. So this is the Instagram statement. And let me say, to be clear, I don't follow Tory Lanez on Instagram. Like, I had to make a deliberate effort to go to his page. And can I tell you that when I found this statement posted on Instagram, a man that I know and that I like had hearted this shit. Like a dude that I find cool, who I've never had no issues with. I mean, never dated him at all, but someone that I considered platonic. And the funny thing is, me and Will both know this dude, right? And Will, I asked Will. I said, man, crop his name out of there, man. He said, it will, because Will thought maybe I was trying to blast the dude out. I said, nah, nah, nah. I'm not trying to blast him out. Like, there's a lot of our brothers out here that can be perfectly fine and engage with sisters on the up and up and respectfully, but god damn, they can't help but to co-sign some trash shit when it comes from men committing violence upon women. It's like they can't even help themselves. But Tory's statement on Instagram read in part, to the umbrellas. Is that what the Tory stands are called? The umbrellas? See, cornball ass nigga. He said, I have never let a hard time intimidate me. I will never, never let no jail time eliminate me. Is this a rap? Regardless of how they try to spin my words, I have always maintained my innocence and I always will. He said, this week in court, I took responsibility for all verbal and intimate moments that I shared with the parties involved. That's it. In no way, shape, or form was I apologizing for the charges that I'm being wrongfully convicted of. I remain on the stance that I refuse to apologize for something that I did not do. I faced adversity my whole life. Every time it looked like I would lose, I came out on top. This is nothing but another moment where my back is against the wall and I refuse to stop fighting until I come out victorious. Tough times don't last, tough people do. To my family, friends, and umbrellas, Jesus, thank you for your continued support. Signed, a bitch nigga. Listen. Oh, wait. Before we listen, Will, pop up that next picture. So what Tory Lanez is asking for his fans to do, the umbrellas. Jesus, y'all some corny motherfuckers. He is encouraging his fans and his supporters to purchase some free Tory Lanez gear, as in free Tory Lanez abusive ass from jail gear. And then you see the t-shirt there with Tory Lanez's mediocre face sitting upon it, and this just says free Tory. And there's a lot of things that I would like to say about this shit, because it touches on so many things. Keep that up there, Will, because I want the people them to be able to spot one of these bitch ass umbrellas when they see them in the streets, because the level of unrepentance that Tory Lanez is showing for committing an act of violence. Again, I know he was not charged nor convicted of attempted murder. From my perspective, in my opinion, again, when you have a loaded gun and you point it at somebody and you pull the trigger, you're trying to kill them. Megan Thee Stallion was 100% right in her statement. Yes, she could have absolutely been dead, because admittedly, Tory Lanez was drunk, right? I don't know if he was aiming at her feet. I don't know if he was aiming at her fucking head. All I know is that he was aiming, right? Because he struck her. That was his intent. He pointed the gun at her, fired it, and it landed. He meant to shoot her. She was shot. She was injured. And Megan, unfortunately, had to learn a very, very tough lesson that a lot of women and girls end up learning in sometimes a very difficult way. And it's like, you cannot take up for abusive motherfuckers. You can't. And what do I mean by take up? The night that Megan was shot, when she was taken to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, initially she lied and said that she got injured some other way. She tried to say that she stepped on glass, that her feet became injured in another way. Why did she say that? Because clearly she was trying to protect him from the criminal justice system, right? And what did Megan get in return? Oh, she got called all kinds of liars. She got slut shamed because she had at one point had a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez. And it's like, I don't give a fuck if she lied about what dick she got or what dick she didn't get. Did the dick pull out a gun and shoot her? Like, these are the only facts that fucking matter here. Okay? And for Tory Lanez to be so grossly unremorseful, unrepentant, to him to put that shit on Instagram. And the other shameful things about what he posted was the amount of likes that it got. The last time I checked, it was what? Over 400,000? And like I said, a brother that I know liked that shit. I said, Jesus, we ain't never getting free. we ain't never getting free. Because some black people might achieve freedom, and then they're going to be like, well, look at them bitches be lying over there. And me, bitches, us being bitches, we're going to be like, God damn, why did we even help to free these motherfuckers? Because they just want to oppress us even further. And I'm not giving no disclaimers, God damn it, because y'all know I'm talking about the garbage men. You know I'm talking about the trash men. You know I'm talking about the bad men. I'm not talking about all men, and I'm not doing that. I'm not giving no goddamn disclaimers. You know who I'm talking about, and most importantly, you know who I'm not talking about, right? But can I say though, the silver lining to this. So first of all, there's a couple silver linings. So number one, Tory Lanez ass gonna be in jail for 10 years. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. See ya, bitch. Bye, bye, bye. And some people might be like, well, Kim, you fake abolitionist. Why you want that man in jail? You know why I want this motherfucker in jail? Because where was the community to collect him? Where the fuck was the community to come and collect his ass? Where was the ass beating he was supposed to receive by other brothers in the community, and that was supposed to make his ass go live and apologize to fucking Megan Thee Stallion for endangering her life? So no, if the community is not going to collect these abusers and the criminal injustice system fucks around and gets it right and puts his ass where he cannot do no further harm to any more women, that's where the fuck he needs to be. And I'm not concerned about his treatment. I'm concerned about the welfare of prisoners generally, but not niggas that I know who have been convicted of accurately abusing and harming women. I hope they get all the bad treatment. Give them all the bad treatment. I don't have any sympathy. I have no compassion, none whatsoever. None, zero. In fact, if there was a way to punish him more harshly, I would support that. I would support that. And the reason, again, like I support that is because did the community come collect this motherfucker? Did anybody beat his fucking ass? No. In fact, the opposite happened. Megan Thee Stallion got piled upon. The victim, the survivor got piled upon. And that's a sad lesson. And I felt very terrible for Megan having to learn that. And again, as somebody not in the same way, obviously, but as a teen, I experienced harm from a boy that my friends, my guy friends knew him, and my friends believed me. And to this day, like, I still express disappointment to them about that. Like, y'all didn't beat his ass. Like, y'all did not fuck him up at all. And the boy thought that my friends was gonna fuck him up. A nigga went unpunched, unkicked, unslapped. And a lesson was learned by young Kim that day. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect for the mandem to show up and dispense justice on your behalf. It's not how this works. It's not how this works. You know, if you have present male familial members around, that's not even a guarantee that them niggas will step up and do any fucking thing should another male commit some harm upon you. You know what I mean? And I felt for Megan. Like I still feel for her. Because again, I've had to learn that lesson. I know a lot of other women and girls have had to learn that lesson. Like you think that chivalry or whatever it is, whatever the fuck, to protect women at all costs, you think that shit is a thing? Let what happened to Megan Thee Stallion prove to you that shit is not a fucking thing. Okay? But to the point. So one of the silver linings is Tory Lane's ass gone for 10 fucking years. Bye bye, bitch. The other thing is, I want you to, if you're on Instagram, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to Tory Lane's post, and I want to see if anybody that you know like that shit. Like I want you to see. I want you to see who the fucking garbage people are in your life. I want you to know it. I don't want it to be a secret to you, right? Right? And you can take that information and do with it what you will, but you should at least know who supports misogynists around you or in your online sphere. Who supports abusers in your online sphere? You need to know this information. I encourage you to do this. And the other thing is the fact that Tory Lanez is selling free Tory t-shirts. Thank you, Tory. Thank you for your creativity and your ingenuity because of you, we shall know the fuck boys and girls around us and the fuck, gender nonconforming people around us. Like they're gonna tell us, like they're gonna show us. And it's like when you see a person wearing a free Tory Lanez t-shirt, what do you do with that? Like, do you let that just walk by you on the sidewalk, unaddressed, unchecked, unacknowledged? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. I don't have any specific advice as to what to do if and should you see a person wearing a free Tory Lanez t-shirt, but I can tell you that person simply making that wardrobe choice tells you everything you need to know about them. They are likely misogynist. They are absolutely misogynoirist. They cannot stand Black women. They know bitches be lying and why they trying to keep the brothers down. Why these bitches just can't get shot and shut the fuck up. Why y'all gotta be bringing brothers down? We will know them by their wardrobe choices, ladies and gentlemen, and gender nonconforming people. We will know them by the t-shirt choices that they make. And maybe we should start a hashtag or something. Because when you see these motherfuckers, maybe you should shoot them with cameras. I was going to say shoot them, but I know that YouTube be out here fucking misinterpreting shit. Shoot them with cameras to snap their photo, I would love that actually. And maybe we could do the hashtag like fuck boy in the wild. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But I'm curious as to how many t-shirts Tory Lanez is going to sell. And what's the point of buying a free Tory Lanez t-shirt? I mean, I suppose if you wanted to financially support, you want to be a good umbrella. What a fucking cornball ass nigga. He probably not even from Toronto proper. That nigga probably from Scarborough. Where he from? Where's our Canadian crew at? Where he from? Mississauga? This nigga ain't from T-Dot. Where he from? Anyway, maybe take a picture of the people, Oh, anyway, no, what I was saying was that what's the point of buying a free Tory Lanez t-shirt if you're not going to wear it? Well, I guess if it's to support your favorite, abusive, shooty ass rapper, then yeah, why not? But I imagine that people who are Tory Lanez fans are probably very proud to be Tory Lanez fans. And it's a very sad indictment on the way in which violence against women is viewed, is discussed, is treated, is interpreted. It's not a big deal, right? Well, Megan lied about having sex with him. Why should we believe her when she says she was shot? I have not the patience. I don't. But I do have some celebrations. So, ladies, gentlemen, G and C's, do me a favor. If you got some flour, If you got your vape, whatever you got some hashish. Shit, even if you got some hard drugs, we partying tonight. We are partying tonight. Why? Because a bum ass, bitch ass fuck boy, an abuser, potentially a serial abuser, if some of the previous accounts of the way Tory Lanez has treated women in his life prior to Megan Thee Stallion, that motherfucker's not going to be able to harm anybody for a long time. Certainly not any women. And truly, I will sleep better knowing that at least one abuser is gone. I mean, he's still breathing the air, and that's unfortunate, but I mean, he ain't gonna be able to walk around for 10 years. And I hope he gets his attitude together. I was watching TMZ Live. Stop judging. You better stop judging me for watching TMZ Live. And what Harvey, Harvey and Charles, what they were saying was this statement that he put on Instagram might fuck him up if he goes in front of the parole board, right? Like, you said what you said in front of the judge, but then you also said this. You said you refused to apologize. You said that you were innocent of which you have been convicted. And apparently these parole boards look for remorse. They look for contrition, of which he is displaying zero online. And they might keep him in there longer. Oh, that's what else they were saying on TMZ Live. They were saying that the California jails are so overcrowded that his 10-year sentence could easily be a 3-year sentence, right? But it's not going to be a 3-year sentence if he said he refused to apologize and he ain't do nothing fucking wrong. They going to be like, no, dog, we was going to let you out after 3, but you still popping this I didn't do nothing wrong shit. So clearly you need to sit down for the rest of this 7. Clearly you need the rest of this 7 for your rehabilitation. Of course, we know jail does not rehabilitate any fucking body, but while we still doing jail, while we still doing the carceral state, keep him in there. Make him do all that time. Make him do every day, every fucking hour of that 10 years, because clearly he's a danger to women. Okay? He's a danger to women that he claims to care about. Wow. Isn't that wild? I still care about her. You do? Where was this Karen when you was pointing a loaded gun at her and pulling the trigger? Where was that Karen? I still want to send love and support going out to Megan Thee Stallion. I like Meg's music. I do. If I was 25, Megan Thee Stallion would be my favorite goddamn rapper. Why? Because Meg can actually spit. And some people be like, oh, all she rap about is pussy. Well, maybe she got some good pussy. Shit. I don't know. I don't know what Meg is working with. I know she is tall, she is beautiful, and she's a skilled rapper. She really is. And I've seen the light kind of diminish in her a little bit since dealing with all this, because when misogynoir literally smacks you in the face every time you pop open your phone, pop open social media, somebody, not even men them, it's be women them too, because there's a lot of bitches that are accomplices to the patriarchy. Like, a lot of patriarchal adjacent bitches be wanting to take up for the bad man them, and I don't get it. I mean, but they gonna learn. They gonna learn. These are very painful lessons. Unfortunately, a lot of girls and women have to learn. Like, a lot of these young girls think that, well, I ain't like them old bitches. I ain't better. I know that men, you got to talk to men a certain way, and you got to be like this, and you got to be like that. What you don't understand is that it don't even fucking matter. You can be the most compliant bitch out here. And if the nigga want to hit you or harm you in some way, he's gonna. Tory Lanez, 10 years in jail. Bye, bitch. Y'all, I'ma go. Franny France, I see your $20. I appreciate your $20. You were the bomb. I logged into the Cash App, y'all, but y'all gonna be like, Kim, okay, you are trifling as shit. I got into the Cash App. Thank everybody, and we got some Venmo stuff too. I ran out of time to write it all down. So I apologize. Tuesday, y'all. Give me till Tuesday. We can conclude the fundraiser. Thank you all so much to everybody that contributed to help this platform keep going, to make sure that I can make it worth Will and Molly's time, that we keep putting this out in together for everybody. So I do want to thank you. It's not a lack of gratitude. I'm trifling. I apologize. This is part of my character deficiencies, of which I have many. But I'm a Leo, so I normally don't like to broadcast them, Jones. But I can easily concede and admit to being a, a lot trifling, right? So my apologies. I will thank all our supporters, everyone who came through and dropped us some bucks come Tuesday. Okay. I give myself all weekend. What's up, Afra? I don't know if I'm going live, Afra. I'm hungry. I either need to make dinner or make dinner arrangements, and I'm hungry. I need to eat. So I don't know if I'm going live tonight. But I will say I cannot recommend enough that you go to my Instagram, Kim Brown Talks. And it's lengthy. But it underscored the seriousness in which I was taking the situation. So without elaborating too much, and Vesper X, is Vesper in here? Vesper, I wish you would have got that notification, baby, because that live had you written all over it. I said, yep. I said Vesper should have been here because Vesper would have been in it. So anyway, that's my time, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming through. Don't forget to give the video a like on your way out the door. Of course, go support the comrades, Black Power Media. Go support Status Crew News. Go support the good sis Kalechi Okafor. Sometimes I don't be shouting out, but that don't mean that I don't still fuck with the folks. You know what I'm saying? So everything is still good, still on the up and up. Oh, but if you want to support, by the way, let me say this. If you did want to send some last minute support for the fundraiser, BIDWKB, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Some people sent money on PayPal too. We got new patrons too. That's what I'm saying. I'm being trifling. So I didn't want to just shout out the easily accessible Cash App and Venmo people. I wanted to write everybody down. So I think I have a tiny bit of OCD, because if I can't do it all the way right, then I won't do it at all. And that is not the way to live your life. Everybody, I don't recommend it. Don't be like that. We should not strive for perfection. We should kind of try to do what we can do. So anyway, Northern Witch, I love you to pieces. Wendy, what's up, Damien? Thank you so much for staying up. Shirley, what's up, Shirley? Girl, was y'all watching EYL? Did you see Afra on Earn Your Liberation today? Go back and watch today's episode of Earn Your Liberation. You will see an appearance from the good sis Afra Sings. Afra made an appearance. So please go check her out. Peace, Schultzy. Love you. To pieces. Thank you so much, Latif, for your support. Big up to Court always. Y'all, we out. On behalf of Will and Molly, I love y'all to pieces. Thank you all so much for being part of the Fire Fam. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.